Luka Doncic was ranked as the 16th best shooting guard in the 2017 college basketball recruiting class, so where are the 15 guards ranked higher than him now? Well, to start, just one spot ahead of him at number 15 was DeAndre Hunter, coming out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, who committed to play for Virginia. And in his 2 years of college basketball with the Cavaliers, he was a very good player for them, being named a first-team All-ACC selection and the ACC Defensive Player of the Year. This allowed him to be selected 4th overall in the 2019 NBA draft by the Lakers, where he was traded away to the Hawks, where he's become one of the better scorers in the league and is currently playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And coming in at number 14 is Eli Wright, coming out of Owensboro, Kentucky, who committed to play for Mississippi State. And in his 2 years of college basketball at Mississippi State, he just never really did that much and was overall a bust. And after that, he transferred to St. John's, where he never played and now currently works as a builder for Treetop Builders. And at number 13 is Tyson Jolly, coming out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, who committed to play for Baylor. And in his freshman season at Baylor, he didn't do much, so he decided to transfer to Trinity Valley Community College. And in his 1 year that he was very good and decided to transfer to SMU, where he was dominant. And after 2 seasons at SMU, he transferred to Iona for his senior season of college basketball, where he was great as well, as he would actually be named the MAAC Player of the Year. Despite this, though, he went undrafted and is now currently playing in the Icelandic Basketball League. And coming in at number 12 is Ja'Cory McLaughlin, coming out of Gig Harbor, Washington, who committed to play for Oregon State. And in his 2 years of college basketball at Oregon State, he was solid but never amazing, transferring to University of California, Santa Barbara in 2018. And in his 3 years of college basketball at UCSB, he was truly dominant, being named the Big West Player of the Year and an honorable mention All-American. Despite this, though, he's still undrafted in the NBA and is currently playing in the Indonesian Basketball League. And at number 11 is Kevin Huerter, coming out of Clifton Park, New York, who committed to play for Maryland. And in his 2 years with the Terrapins, he was a great scorer for them and would go on to be selected 19th overall in the 2018 NBA draft by the Atlanta Hawks. And overall in the NBA, he's been a solid player but has never really been that amazing and is now currently playing for the Chicago Bulls. And cracking into the top 10 is Amir Coffey, coming out of Hopkins, Minnesota, who committed to play for the Minnesota Golden Gophers. And in his 3 years of college basketball at Minnesota, he was truly dominant, averaging 14.4 points in his entire career and being named a third-team All-Big Ten selection. Even despite all this, though, he's still undrafted in 2019, signing with the Clippers, where he's been solid and is currently having his best season in the NBA this year. And at number 9 is Trent Forrest, coming out of Chipley, Florida, who committed to play for Florida State. And in his 4 years of college basketball at Florida State, he improved every single season, being named a second-team All-ACC selection. He went undrafted in the NBA, though, in 2020, actually seeing some playing time with the Jazz and Hawks, and now currently is playing in the Spanish Basketball League. And coming in at number 8 is Brandon Robinson, coming out of Douglasville, Georgia, who committed to play for North Carolina. And in his first 3 years at North Carolina, he looked like a bust before bursting on the scene in 2019 in his senior year. Sadly, though, he knew he wasn't going to make it in professional basketball and is now currently working as the assistant video coordinator for the Utah Jazz. And at number 7 is Cameron McGusty, coming out of Katy, Texas, who committed to play for Oklahoma. And in his 2 years at Oklahoma, he was good but never great, transferring to Miami in 2018. And in his 3 years of college basketball with the Hurricanes, he was truly amazing and was a special scorer there, being named a first-team All-ACC selection. And instead of playing in the NBA, he decided to go play overseas, where he's been extremely good and is currently playing in the Polish Basketball League. And at number 6 is Jerron Cumberland, coming out of Wilmington, Ohio, who committed to play for Cincinnati. And in his 4 years of college basketball with the Cincinnati Bearcats, he was truly dominant and was special there, as he'd actually become a 2-time first-team All-AAC selection and even was the AAC Player of the Year. Sadly, though, he's still undrafted in the NBA, playing 3 games with the Portland Trailblazers before beginning to bounce around many different leagues and teams, last playing for the Delaware Bluecoats. And cracking into the top 5 is Tyus Battle, coming out of Edenton, New Jersey, who committed to play for Syracuse. And in his 3 years of college basketball at Syracuse, he's one of the best scorers in college basketball history, averaging 16 points in his career. Sadly, though, he's still undrafted in the 2019 NBA draft, signing with the Timberwolves, where he never played a minute in the NBA and is currently playing in the LNNB Pro League. And coming in at number 4 is Raul Alkins, coming out of Middle Village, New York, who committed to play for Arizona. And in his 2 years of college basketball at Arizona, he was good but never great, still going undrafted in 2018 and signing with the Raptors before bouncing around many different leagues and teams. And now he's currently playing overseas. And cracking into the top 3 is Joshua Langford, coming out of Madison, Alabama, who committed to play for Michigan State. And in his 4 years of college basketball at Michigan State, he was a very good player for the Spartans, but no, he wasn't going to make it in professional basketball and is now currently working as an assistant coach at Madison Academy. And coming in at number 2 is Terrence Ferguson, coming out of Dallas, Texas, who committed to play for no one as he decided to go play professionally overseas in Australia. And in his 1 season there, he was very good in the NBL and would go on to be selected 21st overall in the 2017 NBA draft by Oklahoma City. Sadly, though, he was just a complete and total bust in the NBA, only playing 4 seasons and never doing much, now playing in Kosovo. And at number 1 is Josh Jackson, coming out of Detroit, Michigan, who committed to play for Kansas. And he was truly amazing in his 1 season of college basketball at Kansas, averaging over 16 points a game, as as he was named a second-team All-American in the Big 12 Freshman of the Year, which allowed him to be selected 4th overall in the 2017 NBA draft by Phoenix. Sadly, though, he was also a bust in the NBA, not really doing much and last playing for the Kings in 2022.